friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to show you how how I put together this 4-inch altered paper clips. These are part of a swap that we're going to do at our Crafty Academy retreat this upcoming weekend. And I worked with the Take Note collection by Simple Stories, and I am just showing you how, depending on how you decorate them, you can have your clips work to clip from the right of the paper or from the left of the paper. So I'm going to have a combination of some of them are going to be decorated one way just so you can use them, let's say on the front of on a cover or a page, on your right page or on the left page of the planner. So the first thing I made the base of the clips all from 6x8 pattern paper from the pad, and then they are 3¼ by 8 inches, and then I folded them in half, and I found the half from 3¼ it will be 1 5/8, and then I went up 3/4 of an inch, and that is how then I used a ruler and my pencil to trace the lines, sorry, from the left and right to the center, and then I just use my scissors to cut that and get my pennant shape. I will be using, as I said, all of the embellishments are from the Take Note collection. These are going to be very simple pennants. I'm also going to create tiny charms. These are all things that charms that I've had in my stash forever. So I got very, very excited. I am not an expert at making charms whatsoever, but I really wanted to use all of these things that I had in hand. So I did add, before creating my pennants, or before putting them through the paper clip, I did add machine stitching, and I am going to close them. I'm going to show you how I decided to close them, or I think I might have done that previously, but I added machine stitching in the entire piece, and then I am going to pass that one of the layers through that paper clip, just trying to find the colors to match the color paper clip that I have. So you can see now, passing it through, and then what I'll do is I am going to add a tiny bit of tape just so I can work in batches. So I'm going to do the same step with all of them. Each one of us had to create 10 paper clips. So once I do this 10 times, I'm going to run all of my pieces through the sewing machine. And then I decided, the very first one I did run the pennant through the sewing machine after the piece was already in the paper, or passed through the paper clip. And I decided that I preferred to have the different layers open. So the only thing, I'm showing you this one that I have. My idea is to work on a mini album using this bigger clip. So I still don't know what collection I'm going to use, but I am planning on doing it. Okay, so let's keep going. Once we are done, as I said, I ran them through my sewing machine in a way that I could get it is sealed, it's there, nothing's happening, no one's messing with it. It's not going anywhere either. So now the next step is working on embellishing. I am going to try to keep this very, very simple. I'm not sure what the girls are gonna want to use these paper clips for, so I decided and reminded myself to keep them as flat as possible. believe I still used some of the foam stickers and maybe foam adhesive here and there, but not as much. I try to really keep it simple. And it was also a last minute project for me, so I also wanted to remind myself to keep them as simple as possible for myself. Yeah, but you can go, especially with this 4-inch clips, you can go as crazy as you want. You can add as many layers as you want. So as long as that depends on the personal taste for it, everybody, or what are you making them for. In this case, if you know me, you know that I love dimension more than anything, but I was just trying to you know, keep it simple, keep it keep them as flat as possible. Maybe just a few embellishments, just three embellishments, maybe an enamel dot here and there. Um, so yeah, that's what we went for. And I just wanted to give you an idea. This is really the first time that I worked with these paper clips, and I wanted to record the process just to remind everybody that you don't, even if you are the type of crafter that loves dimension or that loves to go, more is more, and that kind of thing, like I am sometimes. There are certain times where there are those little projects that are either out of our comfort zone or are new to us, or we are making them for a very special um either event or occasion, and it is okay to try something different. The other thing is, I was very excited to use the Take Note collection. I've created, I think, three layouts plus the paper clips, and I still have some of it. I don't think I've ever used one collection for so many different projects, and it was a really fun thing to try. Okay, here we go. These are, I believe, the last few decorations that I'm showing you, and then we're gonna go into the charms. I don't think I won't be showing you exactly how I decorated all of them, but you'll see some of the pieces that I chose. And in the end, I do have a short flip through video that I'm going to see how I attach it to this video so you guys can go and check it out. It is on my Instagram feed, but it's also on here on YouTube, on my shorts tab. So you can go and check it out. They turned out pretty simple but really cute. I was very, very happy with the final result of my paper clips. Let me see. And I just try to find pieces that match either the paper clip itself or the embellishments that I had added to decorate each one of the pennants. So it was just whatever I had in hand and whatever I felt that worked well with each one. And then depending on if the clip will be coming and will be placed on a left page of something of a planner or a journal, I added um, my charm goes on the left, and if it's supposed to be on the right, the charm is placed on the right. I so decided to go with that and just finding some other pieces, as I said, that would match the embellishments. And once again, I just simply had fun with using the things that I had. I think once I put everything back, I ended up with only maybe two charms that I didn't use, and maybe just one of the tassels that I didn't use. But apart from that, everything else got used, and yep, it matched the collection pretty well. And the project got done in the amount of time that, in the time that I set for myself, that was also that felt really good. But this is it, guys. As I said, I'm gonna try to make sure that you can find the flip through short, and so I'm gonna try to leave the link in the description, as well as trying to put it here at the end. You'll see a couple of close-up photos of the clips here, but I did not take as many as I thought. Now that I was looking into that, there were only one or two photos. So I'm going to try to add those here in the end. And yeah, as usual, all of the products that I used to create this project are going to be linked in the description below, so you can find them and recreate them or work on your own. The easiest thing I would say, if you don't want to make for a swap for a project of this type, you could go with 10 paper clips that look the same. But I would say the easiest thing is grab one collection that you have enough of, you have leftovers of, but that are enough to put together this little thing. So you just need papers, a few embellishments, and if you want to create the charms, you will need those as well. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.